Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope the A team's doing great. So, in celebration of this wonderful holiday season being Christmas and New Year, also on its way, I decided to do a little video on the Makeup Revolution glitter palettes that are available in the market. Now, this is the Hot Pursuit palette that I have in front of me, and I don't know what the name of the second palette is, but I will definitely link the price of this palette and also where you can buy it, and also the link to the other palette that's available. There are more than two palettes available, I believe, but I'm not sure if all of them are available in the Indian market. Anyway, so let's get into it. So first, let's talk about the price point. So the price of this is around 1750 rupees, I believe. That's like me giving you a rough estimate, but like I said, I will link the where you can buy the palette and also the price point below, so keep a lookout for that in the description. Yeah, I love the packaging. The packaging is this really stunning deep red color, and it's not like that cheap sort of glitter. It feels very smooth and doesn't, as of now, doesn't really come off the packaging. You know how sometimes glitter packaging can be pretty messy because the glitter gets everywhere, but this is not like that. And then you have the Makeup Revolution branding on the front. There's nothing written at the back, no instructions or anything. I don't think they could manage printing on such a textured surface, so that's one of the reasons probably. And the palette does feel very lightweight. It is definitely made of cardboard. For the price, I would have kind of hoped that they had a little sturdier packaging, but I also like the fact that this is cardboard because it means then that it's probably biodegradable. However, glitter isn't biodegradable, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. Anyway, enough about the packaging. Let's get into the product now. So on opening the palette, you can see that first of all there are of course 9 shades in there. We'll get to that in a minute, but I just want to talk about this mirror, and I love the fact that they put a mirror in here. I think all eyeshadow palettes should have a mirror because it really makes it convenient to kind of see what you're doing and that sort of thing. And the mirror is pretty good as well. It's not like one of those cheapy mirrors, which a little bit warped. It's pretty even and kind of accurate, I would say. And now getting into the eyeshadows, or rather the glitter shadows. So these pressed glitters are definitely very beautiful to look at, and I'm going to show you some swatches that I've done on the back of my arm, but I just want to show you guys what these look like. And there are 9 shades in here, and let's just talk about all of these now. So the first one that we have is the shade Inflamed, and I'm showing you the swatch of that right now, and that's this one here, which is on the top right. This is one of the iridescent shades in the palette. It kind of looks like, it does look very green, but it also does have a bit of a sort of plummy purple undertone going on, if you can see. Like a purplish shift also happening along with that green, which I think is really beautiful. Then the next shade in the palette is Fierce. That's the shade here on the bottom. It's a really pretty pale pinkish looking shade, I'd say, like a champagne color. Really, I don't know if champagne pink, but it's like a rose gold, pale rose gold sort of shade is the more accurate way to say it. And that's the shade Fierce. Then we have the shade Burning Desire, and that is this shade here. I would say that this is kind of a coppery red, really beautiful as well. Then we have the shade Ignite, which is the gold shade in the palette, and that's what that looks like. Really beautiful. Everything is pretty pigmented as well, as you guys can see. The next shade that we have is the shade Passion, which is this really fiery orange shade, and that's the shade right there. Then we have the shade Fever, and that is this shade on top here. It is definitely a red, but with a slightly more pink undertone, I'd say. If you look at the shade Burning Desire, this has more of a coppery, so slightly orangey coppery undertone, whereas this has a little bit of a pinker undertone, I'd say. Then we have the shade Fire, which is the reddest glitter of the palette, and I'd say it's pretty close to the actual packaging. And this is what the shade looks like. It's a really stunning red. I think it's very beautiful and so representative of, I would say, Christmas. Then we have the shade Sparks, and this is the deepest shade in the palette. It is a, say, like a really vampy sort of color, like a deep brownish maroon, almost like burgundy sort of color, and that's the deepest shade in the palette. And then we have the last shade, which is Torridity, and this is the second. I would not call it an iridescent shade, but it definitely has a mix of two colors, like pink and green, I would say. So this is that shade here, and I think it's really stunning. So this one on top here, the first shade, Inflamed, which has the green purpley shift, is definitely iridescent, but I think that Torridity is more of a mix of two colors, and I wouldn't call it an iridescent. Now in terms of swatching these, I didn't have too much trouble, and these, you know, when you kind of, I'd say the way to work with these is to definitely, you can kind of do a swiping down motion, but you can also kind of pat the glitter on, and then it kind of builds up really well. You may or may not have to use a glitter primer. I would say you can actually use this without a glitter primer, but if you want it to last really long, then, you know, just to be on the safe side, use a glitter primer. And I think these are really stunning. I picked this palette personally because I just think it is so beautiful. I really love these colors, and they really called out to me. And yeah, I think this is, like, for me, the color of, you know, autumn and winter and just Christmas and that sort of thing. So I think it's really beautiful. So I thought this would be the best product to show you guys before Christmas, and I just want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and may all your dreams and wishes come true, and may it be as beautiful and glittery as these glitters here. And I hope you have a great year ahead, and lots of love. Also check out my Instagram account. I do a lot of posts, you know, on there. I do a lot of Instagram stories. I even put up a couple of IGTV stories recently, so do check that out. I will be doing a tutorial with this for sure. I know I've keep saying that, but I haven't been putting up too much content on YouTube lately, but Instagram is definitely more active at the moment. So yeah, my short little review for you guys. I hope the ATM's great. Lots of love once again, and have a great day or night or evening or afternoon, wherever you are. Ciao.